There is a predictable psychological pattern behind loss of respect. It begins with predictability, not conflict. When availability becomes constant, the nervous system downgrades importance. This isn't emotional, it's neurological. And once this pattern is recognized, the outcome becomes easy to predict.
Here's the brutal truth. Availability kills respect. The easier it is to reach you, the less value you hold. Carl Jung understood this better than anyone. He saw that human beings don't just crave kindness or loyalty. They crave mystery. They crave challenge. And when you're always there, you remove both. You strip yourself of power. And that's why, no matter how much you do for them, no matter how often you show up, you end up feeling invisible, taken for granted, used. But here's the promise I want to make you today. The moment you stop being always available, everything changes. The moment you step back, set a boundary, allow your silence to speak louder than your presence. That's the moment people start to notice you again. That's the moment respect comes back. This video isn't about becoming cold or cruel. It's about something deeper. It's about reclaiming your worth and how to flip the script so they never take you for granted again. Because here's the secret. They don't stop respecting you because you're kind. They stop respecting you because you've made yourself too easy to reach. And once you understand that, you'll see why Jung believed that availability, constant, endless availability, is one of the most dangerous traps a person can fall into. So stay with me. By the end of this, you'll know exactly why your availability is destroying your respect and how to turn it all around. Think about your daily life for a second. How many times have you answered a call you didn't want to take just because you didn't want to seem rude? How many times have you dropped what you were doing, your work, your rest, your peace, just to be there for someone who wouldn't even think twice about doing the same for you? And what happens every time you do? At first, they smile, they thank you. Maybe they even praise you for being so reliable. But give it a little time, and that gratitude disappears. The thank yous stop. The excitement in their voice when you show up fades, and suddenly your effort feels like an obligation. You become predictable, ordinary, expected. They don't notice the hours you sacrifice. They don't see the small ways you bend your life to make room for theirs. Why? Because you're always there. And when something is always there, the human mind stops respecting it. It's like air. You breathe it every second, but do you ever stop and say, wow, air is amazing? No, because it's constant. It's available. It's taken for granted. That's exactly what happens to you. And the worst part isn't even how they treat you. The worst part is how it makes you feel about yourself. Deep down, you know something is wrong. You know you're giving too much. You know you're saying yes too often. But instead of feeling appreciated, you feel drained, empty, invisible. And over time, that invisibility eats away at you. You start to question your worth. You start to wonder if maybe the problem is you. Maybe you're not good enough. Maybe no matter what you do, people will never see your value. That's the trap. The more you try to earn their respect by being available, the faster that respect disappears. The harder you try to hold on, the quicker it slips through your fingers. Carl Jung would call this self-abandonment. It's the slow, silent act of betraying yourself in order to be accepted by others. It feels noble at first. You tell yourself you're just being kind, supportive, generous. But what it really is neglect. Neglect of your own boundaries. Neglect of your own energy. Neglect of your own soul. And here's the cruel paradox. The people you sacrifice for the most often end up respecting you the least. Why? Because respect is not born from sacrifice. Respect is born from scarcity, from boundaries, from the courage to say no. So while you're out there giving everything, making yourself endlessly available, they're subconsciously losing respect. Not because they're evil, not because they want to hurt you, but because in their minds, you've become like the air they breathe, constant, guaranteed, invisible. And every time you answer too quickly, every time you make yourself too easy to reach, you're teaching them one lesson over and over again. I don't need to value you, because you'll always be here anyway. here's the dangerous truth about always being available. It doesn't just make people lose respect for you. It slowly destroys you from the inside out. When you give too much, when you're always reachable, always ready, you don't just lose their respect. You lose your own. Think about that. Every time you say yes when you mean no, you chip away at your own self-respect. Every time you put their needs above your own, you silently teach yourself that you don't matter. And over time, this turns into something far darker. The constant availability breeds resentment. At first, it's small. You sigh when they call, but you still answer. You roll your eyes when they ask, but you still go. But resentment is like rust. It spreads quietly, and one day you realize you don't even recognize yourself anymore. You feel drained, exhausted, anxious. Why? Because deep down, you know you're living someone else's life. You've abandoned your own. Carl Jung called this self-betrayal, the silent murder of your own needs for the sake of pleasing others. And betrayal always comes with a cost. Depression, emptiness, even anger that has nowhere to go. And it doesn't stop with your mind. Look around you. Do people really respect the one who is always available? No. They respect the one who knows how to say no. Think about the people you admire the most. Are they the ones who drop everything for everyone? Or are they the ones whose time feels valuable, whose attention feels like a gift, not a guarantee? When you're always available, you're not seen as generous, you're seen as cheap. And the cruel irony, the people you bend over backwards for are often the ones who give you the least in return. Relationships become one-sided. You carry the weight, they reap the benefits. And before you know it, you're surrounded by takers, manipulators, and users. But here's the deepest cut of all. Always being available doesn't just kill your relationships. It kills your soul. Because at the core of Jung's philosophy is this: the journey of life is about individuation, about becoming your true self. And you can't become your true self if you're constantly abandoning that self for others. You can't hear your own voice when the noise of everyone else drowns it out. You can't live your own life if you're busy living theirs. And this is why Jung believed that being too available isn't just a social mistake. It's a spiritual danger. It keeps you trapped in roles, masks, and false obligations. It makes you a slave, not a sovereign. So here's the ugly reality. Always available equals no respect. Emotional exhaustion, one-sided relationships, the death of your true self. That's the cost. That's the prison you're in. And until you understand this, until you see how dangerous it really is, you'll keep giving and giving, waiting for respect that will never come. And this is where Jung's insight changes everything, because he didn't just diagnose the problem, he revealed the way out. Carl Jung believed that every human being carries two great battles inside of them. The first battle is with the outside world, the pressure to please, to serve, to fit in. The second battle is with the inner world, the need to be true to yourself, to honor your individuality. And here's the brutal truth. Every time you choose constant availability, you lose both battles. You betray yourself and you weaken your place in the world. Jung understood something simple yet devastating. Value is born from scarcity. Think about gold, diamonds, anything precious. Why is it respected? Because it's rare. Now think about air. It's everywhere, endless and invisible. Nobody respects it. When you're always available, you turn yourself into air. When you set boundaries, when you're not instantly reachable, when your time feels limited, you become gold. This isn't manipulation. This is human psychology. Respect doesn't come from how much you give. It comes from how clearly you show that your presence has worth. Jung called it individuation. The process of becoming your true self. And individuation is impossible without boundaries. Every time you say no, you're not being cruel. You're choosing yourself. Every time you wait before responding, you're not being distant. You're signaling that your time matters. Every time you step back, you're not abandoning them. You're reclaiming you. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors. They don't push people out. They teach people how to come in with respect. Jung often warned about the noise of life, the endless chatter, the demands, the masks. And he believed that silence is not emptiness, but sovereignty. When you fall silent, people listen harder. When you withdraw, people lean in. When you are not always available, your presence carries more weight. It's not about disappearing forever. It's about mastering the rhythm of closeness and distance, presence and absence. That's what creates respect. That's what builds value. Here's the transformation Jung invites you to make. Stop living like a servant, always on call, always ready. Start living like a sovereign, someone who gives when they choose, not when they're forced. Because the moment you step back, the moment you stop being always available, something shifts in the air. People notice, they wonder, they respect. And it's not because you've become colder. It's because you've become stronger. You've stopped betraying yourself and started honoring yourself. And when you honor yourself, the world has no choice but to honor you back. So here's the secret Jung left us with. Respect comes from scarcity. Power comes from silence. Freedom comes from boundaries. And once you understand that, you'll never live as air again. You'll live as gold. But there's one final step, to lock this truth into your soul so it never fades. And that's what we'll do now. So here's the moment of truth. Everything we've talked about, the exhaustion, the invisibility, the lack of respect, comes down to one simple pattern. You made yourself too available, and the cure is just as simple. Stop being available all the time. Listen carefully, because this is the shift. Silence is sovereignty. The less you are available, the more you are respected. When you stop being everywhere, you finally become someone. Respect doesn't come from sacrifice. It comes from scarcity. Let these lines sink in, because they are not just clever phrases. They are laws of human psychology. Break them, and you will always be invisible. Follow them, and people will never see you the same way again. Carl Jung didn't want you to become cruel or distant. He wanted you to become whole, to stop betraying yourself. Because when you're always available, you're not being kind. You're being invisible. The moment you choose boundaries, the moment you embrace silence, the moment you pull back and stop chasing, that's the moment people wake up. They see your value. They feel your absence. They respect your presence. This is the paradox. You gain more by giving less. You are loved more when you don't beg for love. You are respected more when you demand respect by the way you live, not the words you speak. Now here's the challenge I leave you with. From this moment forward, stop answering every call. Stop saying yes to every request. Stop being air. Start being gold. And if you felt this truth, if you know deep down that it's time to change, then write these 3 words in the comments. I choose respect. Because the moment you declare it, you're no longer the same. The moment you stop being always available, everything changes.